Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your review of episode 2 of season 7. Um, so, I put up some pictures at the start of the video as I dressed as Morgan for a Halloween event I attended in the Story of Queens. So I've got right here, this is the custom Lucille bat, and you could tell that this is obviously, if I was like trick or treating or something, if I had children, I'd probably carry a real bat. Um, y- you know, um, Possibly real barbed wire. Who knows? But if you're going to attend an event, you can't get like too fucking crazy because they're not going to let you in with a real bat. So you either have to buy a bat that already has barbed wire, and thanks to me and my costume being very last minute, I still managed to get everything that I needed to get, and I got to make Lucille here. And as you can tell, is like, if you're wondering what this is basically a foam bat. It came with a little baseball. This is a 24-inch bat, and what this is basically just a foam bat and you could buy it at any Toys R Us. It was $3. This is gardening wire. In case you're wondering, like, what the fuck that is, and this is nail polish. And it actually, it looks like blood stains when you think about it. Red nail polish, goes a long way. Um, and of course, I needed to use some duct tape to try to hold it in place. This is kind of one of the only adhesives. The tape, like, pretty annoying. I don't know. It's not the best duct tape in the world to put it on top of foam. So like it kept coming off, but actually it'll stay for like a whole entire day. Once I just push it back down, it stays. But you gotta like push it back down, obviously. So I was pretty happy with the way everything came out. Negan's costume is extremely easy to do. If you have a motorcycle jacket laying around, you've got black leather gloves, you've got black boots, and you have a red scarf. I mean, you've already got the costume pretty much. The pants, have been open to interpretation. There's sort of a khaki, like on the gray side, which is kind of what I got. Uh, but it's kind of weird. I see a lot of people just opting to wear black jeans for the costume. But I wanted to be a little bit more authentic, so I bought better pants for it. Yeah, I don't really feel like showing those, but I thought I might have had them like thrown over the fucking chair or something. But I was pretty happy with it went. But anyway, let's talk about this episode. So last week was, quite a bit of an episode, to say the least. We said goodbye to two characters who have been there for quite some time. And they had, gone through quite a bit. I mean, Glenn, who was there from episode 2, and I was arguing even with a friend at the same Halloween event. He was there in episode 1 because his voice was there. Yeah, okay, there's a point. He was physically there in episode 2, but yeah, the character got established in episode 1, so he had been there from the very fucking beginning. Glenn had been there from the beginning. Abraham had been there for a couple of seasons. So we got to know these characters. We got to know everything about them, and who they were. And it seemed like, if more than anything, a lot of people were more upset about Glenn because it's the amount of time that we've journeyed with this man, with the whole entire group. Now, really, all we have left from the original group, we've got Rick, Daryl, and Carl. Next week we see that the episode is going to focus a lot on Daryl in captivity with Negan. Um, so we have quite a bit to look forward to next week as well. But this week we got to meet Ezekiel and Shiva. And at first, we see what the story transfers back over to Morgan and uh, and and Carol, and we see what's going on with them. And this is one of the best things about The Walking Dead is I like the switch in the narrative. The switch in the storytelling. And it kind of keeps things fresh. And it might be annoying at times because some of us, such as myself, who are big fans of Negan, kind of want to see what's going on, but we also want to see what's going on with Carol. And to a lesser extent, Morgan. I like Morgan as a character, but last season, his wishy-washiness was kind of getting on my nerves, I said, but he kind of reestablishes himself as a likable character in this episode, as a character that's trying to help out Carol. So they come upon a place called the Kingdom. Carol wakes up after being asleep for 2 days, wakes up, meets the leader of this community, Ezekiel. He's a man who speaks almost in a Shakespearean bro. He has a gigantic fucking tiger by the name of Shiva. Right away, you see this character, the way how he's talking and this tiger. It's over the top. It's an amazing performance. Right away, this is like a memorable character. And that's the thing. Walking Dead knows characters. When they introduce a character, they make sure that, like, this is a character that you're going to be talking about when the episode ends. And that is exactly what makes the show so great. If it's anything else, and you could have 1,000 complaints about this show and all that, at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about the storytelling. There might be some flaws in it, but at the end of the day, these characters, they're so well designed and written. And yeah, I know they come from the graphic novel, but it's just having these characters come to life on TV is truly something exceptional. These are larger than life characters, and we find out more about Ezekiel as the episode goes on. And Carol, talks about how he's over the top, thinks that he's out of his mind, can't wait to get out of there. Then finally find out that Ezekiel's over the top performance is really just a bit of a ruse, really. And it's just kind of to raise the spirits of the community, of the people who are living there. We also find out about a deal that goes down between Saviors and Ezekiel. And this is a little bit something that is a little bit on the shady side. Now, Morgan knows about this, and on the other hand, Carol doesn't. So it's going to be interesting when Carol really learns about this development, you could say. But we see that is Ezekiel really, that great of a leader? He doesn't want his men to fight. And Morgan even raises the question to Benjamin, who is a somewhat of a young father, and he's raising a son. And Ezekiel wants him to be his right hand man, but he's not really equipped yet to deal with battle. So he asked Morgan if he could train him to be a better fighter. So and he asked Benjamin straight up, is it a good idea to really keep this deal going the way that they are and really not fight? Because he actually calls off one of his men and says not to fight one of the saviors. So is like Ezekiel a bit of a pussy in his own way, or is he really just trying to protect his people and seeing how long he could keep this deal going? He's basically selling them pigs. And the funny thing is, I believe he's probably infecting them by filling the pigs up with rot from walkers. He's actually making pigs eat walkers. So I guess it's a bit part of his plan. I don't know. They didn't really discuss that section of it, really. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens later on. We're not going to get to see it next episode, but I'm guessing in episode 4, we're probably going to go back to the kingdom, and we're going to see what's going on with that. Anyway, really enjoyable episode, really good performance. with Ezekiel and establishing this character and bringing about some more intrigue into the show once again. Alright, guys, so I'll see you for episode 3.